deep within lush forests lie hidden treasure, where indigenous community have thrived for generations, depending on the land. India's Forest Act 2006 ensured their recognition and land rights, fostering harmony with beloved forest. But some documents were required to fill with the government to prove that their existence is connected with this forest.
ते जमीन आम्ही चालवत असताना आम्हाला फॉरेस्ट येऊन इथे आडवायला लागला की ही जमीन तुमची नाही. आमचे वाडवडील तर ही जमीन कसत होते.
We found that the community has been missing the land records. The administration are also not having the evidences, and this is the ancestral land they belongs.
Vatavaran use GIS, Geographic Information System, to create historical map aiding indigenous community in Maharashtra in securing ancestral rights and reducing the burden on both communities and local administration in an easily understandable way with multiple language support, and trains communities to mapping the area where they own land. This initiative of the Vatavaran Foundation is going to help 175 million tribal communities and other forest-dwelling community across India.
For there to be any meaningful progress in mitigating the climate crisis through policy making, the environmental laws of our country must reflect the needs and aspirations of those it impacts the most, that is, citizens. Views and experiences of all stakeholders play a crucial role in providing context required to build laws and policies that result in sustainable development. While we do see the Environment Ministry putting out multiple calls for feedback, most of these laws are usually complex, only available in English, and oftentimes published in corners of the government websites that make this entire process inaccessible for citizens. Since 2018, our platform has gathered and aggregated over 54 draft climate laws and policies. We've also managed to collect 3,000 data points of feedback, which we have shared with the relevant government authorities. We simplify the draft for citizens in easy to understand language, we make it available in regional languages, and gather feedback through different modes. To build citizen and civil society capacity, we have also created resources that have reached 2.8 lakh people. This tool offers governments a more holistic view of public sentiment and informs better, inclusive, and more impactful laws.
We were collecting data at the grassroots at the peak of COVID on paper, and then we were transferring that to Excel sheets. In that process of transferring, there was a lot of data integrity loss. We understood that we needed to address that situation and make sure that the integrity of that data was not lost, so that we are able to draw insights to derive hyperlocal solutions for hyperlocal problems. What the app does at the grassroots right now is to help us with the child protection systems that we are trying to place in the communities, bringing in the communities as being partners in the change that needs to be there. We are trying to figure out the app gives them data on the physical and sexual violence that happens in the community, if there are child marriage cases, if there are child labor cases that are on the increase. It's also giving us some insight on the state-wise migration patterns of the children and their families, services and entitlements that are provided to her by the system, by the governments. Those things are available to her, but how does she access them? The data helps the communities understand and address those gaps and bridge those gaps at the grassroots level.